Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all
Ooh.
ages, welcome into Friday Night Mocks. I'm Jay Felicio here with my devilishly handsome partner for the evening, Mr.
Mhm.
Joey Wright. Joey, how are you?
I am good. I'm excited for the draft. I held off on my second cup of coffee because I was out to a late movie last night, and I've been kind of dragging through the day. But I'm here. I'm ready to Scott Fishbowl mock draft, and I think we have a little something to give away tonight, don't we,
We
Jay?
do. We have a Scott
Mm-hmm.
Fishbowl 13 entry. So if you are in the chat, if you are not in, Joey, how are we going to do this? Do we, last time we had a code word. Do you want like a
Yeah.
joke, maybe a dad joke in there if you drop a dad joke or something a little more simple?
Yeah, give us a dad joke. Okay, I like that. Give us a dad joke in the chat, and we'll put you in the wheel, and we'll spin the wheel at some point during the show. We're not going to make you wait the whole time, though.
That's not now, Joey. How late is late for dads like us? What was a late movie for you?
So I went to a 9:50 movie, and I
That
walked
sounds
out of the movie theater at 12:10.
that sounds awful. That's and I'm sure
I
you.
I was up for it. It was good. So it was the new Wes Anderson. Everybody go see Asteroid City if you
I
like
got
Wes Anderson. If you don't go see it
like
because
I
you
was
won't like
telling you.
it.
I've never seen any Wes Anderson. But you gave me some recommendations.
Yeah.
I'll give it a
Hmm.
shot and we'll go from there. But we do have some people hanging out with us tonight. The FYF
Hmm.
historian himself, Mr. Craig Ruth. So tonight is the 13th FYF mock draft of the year, and the 5th FYF After Dark with Jay and Joey as the hosts. Well, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek next week. I'm going to the beach with my family starting tomorrow. Joey has a special guest. I
I
don't
have a
even know who
mystery
it
partner.
is. So
Yeah, I
it's a
have a mystery
mystery.
partner next week. I know who it is. Jay was going to be out, and I realized I had to go to Parts Unknown. I had to find myself a mystery partner to come on the show with me next week. So they will be here at 9:30 next week to mock draft with me. So
There we go.
stay tuned to see who it is.
Speaking of winning your way into Scott Fishbowl, congratulations to our brochacho Victor. Happy
Yes.
Friday night mock with the brochachos. I'm picking 7 right in front of Joey. Do me a favor, snipe Joey as much as you possibly can. Like, you don't ruin the draft or anything. Draft like you would, but just anytime you snipe Joey, it's a
Hmm.
good thing. So
Absolutely.
okay, so Joey, do you want to pull that up? Victor, it is not standard scoring, so I'll look through the chat while Joey pulls that up real quick. Let me know when you're ready. Good evening, Albert, hanging out with us. We got
Yeah.
Victor saying, "You got it."
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Mork in here saying,
What's
"Suh,
up,
dude."
dudes? Let's
No,
go.
it's suh, dude."
See, I'm not cool like that. I'm
Yeah,
40.
yeah. Well, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close. We got our guy, Mr. Jorge.
Mi amigo, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está?
Mark, we already filled up the mock, but definitely hang out with us, especially if you're looking to get your Scott Fishbowl entry. We
Mm-hmm.
will be doing that. The one, the only Miss Dame Overboard. Welcome in Scott Fishbowl 12 finalist Dame Overboard. Make sure you put that respect on her name
Mm-hmm.
whenever we bring it up. And thank you, Victor. Speaking of my beautiful Lawrence Taylor jersey. If you can't see back there, I got Lawrence Taylor sitting right there hanging out as well too. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, Joey. So, for Victor and anybody else who does not know the Scott Fishbowl scoring, this is now official. Why don't you run through it real quick?
Yeah, so the draft's going to be 22 rounds. And if you're in the draft tonight, it's going to be 60 seconds for the first 10 rounds. And then I'm going to move the clock to 30 seconds for the final 2. There is a third round reversal. So that means in the third round, if you picked first in the second, it's going to go all the way back and you're going to get first pick in the third again. So the third round reverses, everything else will be the same
Basically,
from then
the
on out.
third round flips.
Yeah, I've never been able to explain third round reversal correctly. I know what it means, but I can't explain it. You're going to be starting 1 to 2 quarterbacks, 2 to 6 running backs, 3 to 7 wide receivers, 1 to 5 tight ends, and it is tight end premium, which the tight ends scoring, they get an extra point per reception, an extra point per first down. It's all kinds of fun stuff for the tight ends. As far as the scoring goes, it is 6 points per passing touchdowns, 0.1 points per completion, 0.1 points per first down. Scott was all about positivity this year. There's no negative points. So no points for interceptions, no points for turnovers. First downs for rushing, you're going to get points for. Yeah, an extra point for kickers is 3.3 points. And if
And
you're in a sleeper
kickers.
league, do have to draft a kicker,
I
whether you
know.
want to or not.
I am, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to. I might just roll with no kicker, though. I don't know if it'll start as an illegal lineup or not, but we'll see if I decide to go with that or not.
Other than that, it's pretty much PPR, Superflex. You could start one quarterback. You can start two. So, all right.
There we go.
We ran that down pretty good.
Yeah,
Let's look who we got in the draft.
Yeah, and real quick, Brad from Australia said he's checking in from the future, so he already knows the results of the mock draft, and probably already knows who won.
How'd I do? Did I do good?
Actually, he sent me DM. He said, "Not great, Bob." Got my guy Marty in here, and Brad hit us with our first dad joke. What do you call a factory that makes okay products? A satisfactory.
Brad, are you not in Scott Fishbowl? I'm going to add you to the wheel. If you are, let me know.
But yeah, you can drop your. We love dad jokes. If you want to drop dad jokes in there, go ahead. If not, if you are not in Scott Fishbowl, just make sure you let us know though. And we will hit the comments again in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and we'll pull up the draft board and get this thing rolling.
Sounds great.
Joey, do you want to go over who is in the draft with us?
It is too small for me to see. I'm going to pull up on my screen.
Okay.
So we got our good friend Jorge Martin. We've got everyone's favorite cat, Mr. Scampers. Jay, you are in this draft, driving from the 102. Our good friend Marty, Dame Overboard. We got Joey Sam. Vic, who won his spot in the Scott Fishbowl earlier today. Congratulations, Victor. We have me. I love my avatar. Isn't it great? We got Chew up in here.
Yeah.
Rachel, our good friend Rachel, is up in here tonight. Tim, which we offered for Tim to come on stream with us tonight, but he declined because he had too many root beers.
Yeah.
So Tim has a little swollen belly from all the root beers he had, so he's not able to come on. And then our good friend Eric.
Best Tim answer we could have possibly had. Yeah. And Eric wants to know, is he the mystery partner?
Eric, you are not the mystery partner.
Okay, well, mark that one.
Eric lives in San Antonio. You would have to go north to find my mystery partner.
Ooh, a little hint.
A little hint.
I mean, it's really not that hint because, I mean, most of the country is north of San Antonio. So, all right, let's get this baby rolling off. Jorge, my friend, mi amigo, I hope you are ready. Where do I click start? Oh, you had it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to take that awful.
Let me not find my. There we go. You know, I'm gonna have a hard net too. You know, really, it's Mahomes, Hurts, Josh Allen, or I've considered Kelsey.
Okay.
And you know what? For the sake of this, crazy, I'm gonna go Travis Kelsey.
I'll turn that volume off. Sorry about that. All right, I love the pick. I was talking to someone earlier today, and I said I do think we're going to be seeing Kelsey go 101. So seeing go 102, not that surprising, and I like the pick.
Yeah, you know what? It's especially in something as big as this, as big as Scott Fishbowl. You're going to have to. Generally, it's somebody that has a lineup that not necessarily is out there, but you got to take some chances. And with the way that tight end scoring is this year, Kelsey is. We are going to see him go off the board as 101 in some of these Scott Fishbowl drafts.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So Jalen Hurts. Ooh, Jalen Hurts slipped into the 105 to Dame. Dame, I love that value you got there. Yeah. I had Jalen Hurts on my team last year in Scott Fishbowl, and I got him in the second round to pair with the guy that Joey Sam took second. I had Burrow and Hurts last year.
That is one heck of a combo.
Yeah. All right. So where am I going to go here? This is the first time this has happened for me at the 108. I am going to take Justin Fields, who I absolutely love in this format. I have not had him slip to me yet there at the 108. No points for interceptions or fumbles. I'm super excited for Fields.
I've seen some mocks where Fields is the first quarterback off the board. I feel like that's a little extreme. I would still take Allen, Mahomes, probably still take Hurts as well. But, I mean, I get it, especially in this format where, rushing quarterbacks are going to get the added bonus of the, rushing first downs and stuff like that. Not having to worry about the turnovers with a guy like him. It's pretty awesome. And Brad said he is not in at the moment, so make sure you have Brad on the list. We got another dad joke
Brad,
from
how are you? So okay,
Douglas
you're
said,
already in there.
what did the Mummy football coach say at the end of practice? Let's wrap this up.
All right,
All
Douglas,
right,
that gets you on the
Douglas,
board.
you are on the board. You will be entered into the Scott Fishbowl 13 giveaway.
Ooh, Rachel taking Dak Prescott.
Mr.
All right, now I'm up.
You're up. Mr. Scampers with another dad joke said, I was told there wouldn't be geometry.
I think I know where I'm going here. Give me the kid. Give me Bijan.
Woo!
He's going to have 400 carries this season.
Spicy. Have 400
Not
carries.
400.
I mean, realistically,
Probably
Joey,
300.
well, I mean, how many catches do you think? What's his ceiling when it comes to catches?
I don't think 50 receptions is out of the realm of possibility for just the talent that he is and what he can do. I think Atlanta, they've already started lining him up out wide. I think Bijan's going to be a superstar. Earlier this week in an article, it was talking about overdrafted players. I was kind of talking about Bijan Robinson kind of being overvalued as the RB3. And man, I'm starting to maybe eat my own words a little bit. He just, everything looks right for him.
Well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing, people get upset a lot of times when sometimes analysts change their position. But I would much rather be willing to listen to somebody who is able to change their opinion based on new information. Ooh, Scampers, you got me. I was thinking about going with the Kelsey Andrews double stack. It was very, very tempting with the scoring. Let's see. You know what? I will go with my first quarterback off the board here with Deshaun Watson. I'm happy with him as my QB1 with getting Kelsey in the first round. Okay. Joey, and now for those who don't realize it, third round reversal means we go from 212, and then the first pick goes all the way back to the guy in the 12th position, which is our good friend Eric. We have one of our favorites in here with us as well. Mr. Bob Harris said, I had a horrible mock draft last night. Fantasy and Frames people destroyed him. And of course, they ignored his Eagle Screams. If you want to know all about the Eagle Screams, check out our stream from earlier today.
Who did
okay? It was that
Rachel. It took Lamb. I wanted CD Lamb. That's all right.
Exactly. Bob hit the nail on the head. Getting off our carefully constructed narratives when presented new information is how we win. Bingo. Nail on the board.
Man. I've got a conundrum right now. I'm not tilting. I think I can't.
Do it, Joey. I know what you want to do. Do it.
What's the clock at? All right. Give me a second. I'm thinking about taking another running back. I love running backs this season in Scott Fishbowl, but the new ADP of the quarterbacks, I feel like I might. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
All right, go for it. Do it, Joey.
Josh Jacobs.
I'm with you too. And the thing is, it's the pendulum swings every few years where it's like, okay, all the running backs are going early, and then the value of wide receiver falls. I feel like it's swinging back the other way this year, where all the wide receivers tend to be going early, and there is so much value with these running backs. That I'm with you. Every draft that I've done mocks, I've already done a couple of redrafts, drafts, and I'm loading up on running back this year because there's so much value in wide receiver in the middle rounds.
Absolutely. Now, hopefully one of the quarterbacks that I like for Scott Fishbowl makes it back to me in the next round. We'll see. Yeah. Love that Garrett Wilson pick, Joey.
Yeah.
I was thinking of taking him there instead of Josh Jacobs, but I do think Josh Jacobs can. Oh, Marty.
There it was. He wasn't going to make it back anyways because I was going to go with Richardson. So that's who I thought you were going to take there. Scampers with the tight end stack. I love that. You know what? There's a couple of guys I really like here, but what am I going to do?
I'm going to look for some dad jokes. And if you do put a dad joke in here and you're trying to win a Scott Fishbowl spot, please make sure you go and sign up for the Scott Fishbowl. And we'll put the link there in the chat.
You know what? I'm going to take a little bit of a chance here as well, but I think that Brees Hall is going to come back with a vengeance this year. I think he's had enough time. It was a clean tear. Not really any concern about him with it, like it is with Javonte Williams, because he basically tore every letter of the alphabet in his knee. Jorge, you did it to me. I was hoping I could get Danny Dimes on the way back. He's another guy, Joey, that you pointed out to me, and you're 100% correct that he really gets a boost in this format. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been the QB6 last year if the Scott Fish Bowl scoring was what it is this year. Daniel Jones and Justin Fields just flew up the rankings with once you take out the fumbles and interceptions. I see Kenny asking, what program are you using to draft? We're using Sleeper. So most of the Scott Fish Bowl drafts, I believe, this year are going to be on Sleeper. Some will be on MFL.
Joey.
And more, I don't know if this is an entry. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent.
I thank you, Joey. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What? See, you're a jerk. You're just one of the most awful people. I don't know why I'd agree to do a show with you.
I love you too.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I knew he probably wasn't going to make it back to me. So Morik, I'm going to put you on the board. Just let me know if you are registering to want to win the Scott Fish Bowl spot.
The big thing as well, if you're trying to get in, please make sure you're signed up. It happens every single year. People want to get in. They tweet, say, "Hey, I want in," and they're not signed up. So you can't be in if you're not signed up. And even if you don't win one, an entry here tonight, there are a ton of ways. They have been giving away spots left and right. Make sure you're following Fantasy Cares on Twitter as well as their YouTube. Yeah, sorry, Joey, you just lost your other quarterback.
That was it. I don't even want a quarterback now. I'm going to run it without one.
Yeah, that was
doing it live.
That was the thing. That's why I went with Brees Hall, because I really want Brees Hall this year, where you're getting him with his upside. And then I was fine with one of Daniel Jones, Geno Smith, and Jared Goff. Even Aaron Rodgers I probably would have been okay with. So that's why, even though Jorge went ahead and took my my guy Danny Dimes, I'm perfectly fine winding up with a guy like Geno Smith with the weapons that he has. And Morik knows what's up. Morik's been signed up.
Beautiful. Thank you. And then I see Jason and wait, Caleb, I just want to shout you out there. Been loving the content y'all been putting out. Thank you so much for that.
Means the world. It really does.
Yeah. I'm going to take George Kittle. Another person with a tight end premium that really does kind of stand out in this type of format.
Yep, absolutely. I feel like the hate's gone a little too far with George Kittle as well. I'm not even in just tight end premium, just in regular leagues.
Jason throwing his name into the hat. I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something.
Boy,
if JL watches this show back, he hates dad jokes. Oh, he's going to be so mad. I'm definitely going to get fired.
JL Garofalo, also known as FYF John Luke on Twitter, loves dad jokes. So
definitely DM any dad jokes you have.
Right,
he would really enjoy it.
He loves dad jokes.
All right.
Well, Joey, I guess this is the last time we're going to do a show together. So,
yeah, well, it was a nice little run when we had it.
It was.
Ooh, Kyle Pitts going there to Eric. I like that pick. I was kind of debating between Kittle and Pitts, but I feel like Kittle's role is a little bit safer.
Now Tootsie Pot went with Goddard over Kyle Pitts. What do you think of that move?
I'm a little. I like the situation for Goddard. I'm a little worried. I would not have taken him over Pitts, but. Rachel Sharp, she knows what she's doing here. Boy,
absolutely.
These quarterbacks are just nobody wants me to have one. That's okay.
Kyle Pitts is the higher ceiling, but Dallas Goedert has the much, much safer floor. So I get the pick. And I don't think even though he does have a higher ceiling, it's not that crazy higher, especially with as much as Atlanta likes to run the ball. We know this offense is going to run through Bijan, so I like it.
I'm going to talk a little draft strategy on my next one here. Okay. So I am going to take a wide receiver and not a quarterback here. And I'll tell you why. If you look at all the teams following me, only one of them doesn't have two quarterbacks. So I feel fine that one of those quarterbacks, I know one of them will fall back to me. So I'm going to take a wide receiver here. And I'm going to take someone I absolutely love this season, and that's Mr. DK Metcalf.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And Dame just threw a dad joke in the chat that actually made me laugh. This is fantastic. My husband asked me if I've seen the Dog Bowl. I said, no. Why? Isn't he good? That's a good one,
Good, Dame.
Dame. That's a
Sounds
good
good.
one, Dame.
All right, I gotta. Okay, I just drafted. I'm gonna scroll through these and make sure I get all of the dad jokes so we
Okay.
can get them entered. And I think
I'm about
did
to
you already
pick
do
some.
it?
No, I did not.
Oh, we got Kenny here. Is a gull from the sea called a seagull? What do you call a gull from the bay? A bay gull.
Ooh, not
Kenny,
too
you're on the
shabby.
board.
I love. What's your go-to bagel, Joey?
Probably a blueberry bagel. I do like
Nah.
the everything ones.
Everything bagel. That's where
Yeah.
it's at, my friend. But yeah, that's a northern thing. The bagels. You can't get a good bagel here in North Carolina, unfortunately. Joey with another good pick. I love the wide receivers Joey has with Garrett Wilson, T. Higgins, and Chris Olave. That is
Mhm.
one. With Eckler and Burrow, so far, I think I gotta say, I think Joey might have my favorite start.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
The good Joey.
Shoot. Love that Gibbs pick, Dame. Oh, Dame. Your team. It's beautiful. Those are all my people I
going
like.
all in. Ooh, I love the stacks.
Yeah.
Dame knows what she's doing, so
yeah, that's gonna be a fun team for Dame. Let's see. Chubb looking good over there. Chu's looking good with Chubb and Harris. It's got Waller. Definitely could lead the Giants in targets this season. Jamar Chase. For me, he's my dynasty wide receiver one. I know this isn't dynasty, but I just want to throw that out there. And then Justin Herbert. We'll see what quarterback he runs with next to pair with him if he takes another one. He doesn't have to. You only have to start one, but he's probably going to take another one. I forgot my watch today. I don't know why I did that.
Scampers, don't do it to me. Do not do it to me. I got somebody. Okay. Ooh. Going with the third quarterback already. Very interesting. I am going to go with, there's a couple of guys I like here. Haven't picked up a wide receiver yet. There's also some running backs that I like. But I'm going to go with Keenan Allen. I really like the way that this offense could look under new offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. Keenan Allen dealt with some injuries last year, but I feel like he always gets tagged as this injury-prone guy, and he's not. He had some issues his first year, but as we, was talking about with the great Bob Harris, outside of, some players where there's some soft tissue issues, I don't like to play scared. I'm not going to play to avoid drafting injuries. I want to play to win.
I understand that. Jorge taking Evan Ingram there. Well, see, you took Evan Ingram 9 picks after Darren Waller, so I like that value you got in Evan Ingram there. I'm going to have some fun with this draft part because the quarterbacks got away from me, so I want to see what I can build here.
I like it.
That's why we mock.
You know what? This is a guy that I'm back in on as well. I know there's some concerns right now contract-wise, but I'm going J.K. Dobbins here.
Okay.
I'm really excited with what the potential has for the Todd Monken Baltimore offense. He's talking about getting running backs more involved in the passing game. And J.K. Dobbins, I think, is, we saw it with Saquon Barkley when he came back from a devastating injury. It took him, a year and a half until he really looked like the Saquon Barkley of old. There was some things to get excited about with J.K. Dobbins last year, but wasn't quite himself. And I think he's going to get back there this year.
I'm waiting for a player to be picked before I talk about just how far they've fallen in draft boards since the beginning of this offseason.
Tim said Jay doesn't like to draft scared. Boo! Oh, damn. Tim, you scared me. That's a dad joke? That was, no eagle scream like Simon hit with us earlier.
Dame, you have I was about to talk about Travis Etienne, just how far he slipped down.
I almost took Etienne.
But where you got him, I love the value. Dame, your team is just looking so good. You're good at this thing called fantasy football.
Yep, Bob agrees. Dame is absolutely killing it.
Yeah. All right. What am I gonna do here?
Ladarius said Joey's second quarterback will be Baker Mayfield. Joey, any comments on that?
You know what? I'm gonna take someone that I'm starting to come around a little bit on their offense.
Carson Wentz?
No. He could.
Family
Bryce
show.
Young.
I like it.
Bryce Young. Yeah.
And there's a lot of talk about the wide receiver core in Carolina, and I'm gonna stop short at saying he has weapons, but it's not terrible. Like compared to what CJ Stroud has in Houston, which wide receiver core do you like better?
That's a really great question. I'm starting to get a little hyped on those Houston. Like, I'm starting to really kind of fall in love with John Mechie. Just like I like a narrative, I like the
I'm a big
story, I like
Nico
him coming
Collins
back.
guy too.
Nico Collins. It's a roll of the dice. I don't mind Adam Thielen for Bryce Young for a season. It could be a good red zone threat. I'm starting to kind of like, but man, that's a tough question. I'm going to go with the Panthers wide receivers.
I feel like they're the safer option, but the and they got my Bay, Mr. Laviska Shenault, which I would love to see them put all over the field and do some crazy stuff with him. He's got some tremendous talent if they just use him that way.
All right. Oh, who did it? Who did it? Eric, you're just like, well, I don't know why I invited you tonight. Taking Dameon Pierce from me, I was like, oh, I'm going to get him. I'm going to take him here. Nope. Not tonight, Joey.
And I'll be honest with you, there's still some great value at running back to be had. Wow, Christian Watson right here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the names, but there's at least 3 or 4 wide receivers. Me personally, I would have taken over Christian Watson. So you're all in on Christian Watson as being the guy in Green Bay.
I am in on him being the wide receiver 1 in Green Bay. Yes. I do think Jalen Reed's going to get some looks as well.
Jaden.
But what did I say? Jalen?
You said Jalen.
I was so close, guys. I almost made it through without a mistake tonight. But yeah, so Reed I like, but I still think Watson's going to be the wide receiver 1 on that team. And get him in the 7th round. I'm pretty happy with that.
Do you think Jordan Love's going to be serviceable as a fantasy quarterback?
I was sad that he went so quick in this draft. Scampers. You scamper cat.
I love the
Dame just ruined her team. Congratulations, Dame, for running your team.
No, she did not. Great.
Taking the captain of Tallahassee there.
Joey loves Tallahassee, if you guys didn't know.
So much.
Now, I love that. He's another one that I'm starting to come back around on as well. The way that he finished the season, we didn't know if he was going to be on the Rams at the beginning of last year, and then he led teams to fantasy championships last year. Oh, Marty.
Love it. Good job, Marty. Jay in here with a dad joke. Rest in peace, Boiling Water. You'll be missed. Jay, you're on the wheel.
I'm not talking anymore.
Okay. Well, that's not going to be good for the show. We're going to need you to talk, Jay. But let's take a look at some of these teams. All right, Jay, you're on the clock now. Michael Pittman just went to Scampers, taking his first wide receiver in the 7th round. I'll be interested to see what his wide receivers look like. Marty building a core of wide receivers there. Deciding on who to take there, Jay?
Yeah, I really wanted one of Pittman, Ayuk, or London. And, of course, they all go ahead of me. You know what? This guy does not get the respect he deserves. I'm happy to take the older vets. I'll take Tyler Lockett here. My wide receiver, too.
In redraft, I love that pick. I don't think Jackson Smith-Njigba is going to... I think Lockett will end up having a better first half of the season, second half of the season, probably JSN. But I don't mind that pick at all.
Thank you. And I got the nice little stack with Geno Smith as well. So I will take that. Oh, and I'm on the clock. It's another guy that I'm winding up a lot with is James Conner. I'm with you. He's this is another guy that redraft only, and I am concerned that a guy like there has been some concern, people saying, oh, he's not going to be the only guy there. They might sign Zeke or Dalvin Cook or one of those. The Cardinals are tanking. They're going with what they got, and they're trying to get Caleb Williams, and they're trying to get that 1-2, and they can get Marvin Harrison Jr. to pair with them. There's nobody behind James Conner. Nobody. I will have him on as many teams as I possibly can because, as we know in fantasy, volume is king, and James Conner is going to get a ton of it.
Ooh, please slip to me. Not slip. There's a player I really want to take here, and I hope they fall to me. And it'll make sense for my team. Good. Stroud going at the 8-6.
I like that. He's somebody a Dynasty League. You and I just finished drafting. I got CJ Stroud as my second quarterback. I originally wanted Bryce Young, but honestly, I'm happy that I wound up with Stroud because of what you talked about. There is some upside in the wide receivers in Houston.
Absolutely. So Victor's on the clock here, thinking hard of who to take. He's going to try to get me to curse.
Y'all are an uplifting bunch.
We try, Dame. Ooh, David Njoku. I am going to take a wide receiver that had a fantastic season last year, and I think he's going to have another one this year. And I think people are kind of falling in love with Calvin Ridley, maybe a little too much to the point that they're forgetting how great Christian Kirk was. He's got that rapport built with Trevor Lawrence. I'm happy to take Christian Kirk. How many picks after 3 full rounds after Calvin Ridley?
Yeah, I'm.
We haven't seen play football in 2 years.
Exactly. And he's already, you got to take into consideration too. Christian Kirk's had that year to build the chemistry with Trevor Lawrence already. I know you're a big fan. I'm a big fan as well of the Jacksonville offense this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, when you saw Calvin Ridley on the field 2 years ago, he was a beast. He was, the guy that was going to take over for Julio in Atlanta. But like you said, that's a long time. There's going to be some rust to knock off, and he's 2 years older. We don't know what being away from the football field that long is going to do to a guy.
And I don't even mind the pick of Ridley at 5'6". I really don't. I think he's going to be great on the Jacksonville offense. It's just if I can get Kurt that much later, right. I don't know what the difference between them is going to be. That's another wide receiver duo that I kind of feel the same about is Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. People are taking Deebo quite a bit earlier than Brandon Ayuk. How did this draft go?
A full round. Both went to Marty. So
yeah. Okay. So yeah.
I'm with you. I'm all over Brandon Ayuk. He's one of the guys that I'm planting my flag on this year. You are a couple of picks away, and I'm with you on Christian Kirk. The name of the game, the way you win in fantasy football is getting that value, not buying guys at their ceiling, not drafting at their ceiling. And I mean, you're getting Christian Kirk as his floor. I like the Calvin Ridley pick in the 5th round, but I mean, he's not going to be a top 12 wide receiver. There's really not a lot of upside from when you draft him that high. I'd prefer more of the 6th, 7th round.
Oh man, I really want to take him, but all right. I'm gonna take Pacheco.
I like it.
I'm still confident in what he can do. I mean, he's with Kansas City. He just had his rookie year last year, and I thought he looked very serviceable going in the 9th round I'd have to count how many running backs have gone off the board. But he's my running back 3. I've got 2 stud running backs. He'll be nice to fill in on their bye weeks. So Jay, when we're in Scott Fish Bowl, I normally don't pay too much attention to bye weeks, but I did take 2 running backs with pretty late bye weeks, and that's Scott Fish Bowl playoffs. Are you afraid of that if you have late buys for any position, really, I guess?
In regular leagues, dynasty doesn't really matter, but redraft leagues, keeper leagues, I don't pay attention to bye weeks anymore. Give me the value, give me the best talent. You'll figure it out because you're going to have to deal with injuries. Guys, you can pick up guys. Scott Fish Bowl, I would be a little more cautious only because of what you said. Because what is it? Week 13, the playoffs start. Is that what it is?
It's like week 12.
Week 12.
It's pretty quick.
You don't want to go into the playoffs without your stud, but there's also an advantage to that too, is the entire regular season of Scott Fish Bowl, you don't have to deal with a bye for that guy. So if your high score is high enough, I believe it's like that weekly score plus your average. Isn't that something along those lines? So
yeah, it keeps averaging out.
I would use it as maybe a tiebreaker, but I wouldn't pay that much attention to it.
Okay.
And our guy, Timmy, your brother wants to know how he got his wide receiver crew. And I got to say,
good.
I gotta say.
Yeah.
Although he went with Tyreek Hill. I was gonna say he didn't have any Dolphins, but he's got that Tua Tyreek Hill stack.
Mhm.
Jonathan Taylor at 3-2. Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans. That's a pretty sick team. Well done, Tim. Those root beers are really treating you good tonight.
And if you're just joining us and you're here because you saw we're giving away a Scott Fish Bowl spot, just throw a dad joke in there and we'll add your name to the wheel and we'll spin the wheel. Let's do it at
Say 10.
where are we at?
We are in.
When we hit the 16th round, we're going to spin the wheel.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
What if I DM you a player and when they get drafted, that's when we'll do it?
Okay.
Mystery player.
Mystery player.
Mystery player.
Okay.
Who
and you sent it. Jay, Tim Biakabutuka, he's not in the league anymore.
Don't understand how amazing he was.
Yeah, he's very good. Now, where's the private chat?
What's a private chat? Yeah,
I didn't know for like the first 3 months what the private chat was.
This is one of those random stories, but I like when the Panthers first came to North Carolina, and it was like this whole big thing that McDonald's had Carolina Panthers cups, and Tim Biakabutuka was one of the first guys that was on the cup. It's just one of those random things that sticks in my mind.
I just remember being a Bucks fan and just seeing that name playing against us. I'm like, who is this guy?
And I could hear it in Blitz too. Everybody always like Biakabutuka.
Jorge, like seriously, don't you already have two? And you've got Allen and Jones. You don't need him.
Joey, you didn't tell me that I was on the clock and I auto-picked.
Oh, do we need to reverse it?
Nope. Luckily, I had my cue set. I wanted Treylon Burks anyways.
So you just wanted to complain. Got it. Fantastic.
Basically, for you not looking out for me.
Joey, right. After this round, we're going to switch to a 30-second clock to all of our drafters.
Joey, I misspelled the name, but you get the picture.
This is not a picture at all. That is a player's name.
Okay. Oh, and I'm on the clock again. Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't know that I had to manage your team as well.
Well, you know, we're team Joey, and I feel like never mind.
Don't do it. Am I going to do it? So Morik is a big Carolina Panthers fan. I'm a big Bucks fan, so I hope you guys do bad this year. No, actually, I think the Panthers are actually going to be kind of surprising this year. I said earlier this week that I don't think they're going to get a wild card, but I think they're going to compete for one. I think they're going to put up 8 to maybe 9 wins. Maybe 9.
Oh, shoot. Oh, hold on. That is
not.
Let me back out of that. Yeah, back me out, please.
Remove player.
Am I good?
You get another minute. There you go. You did it all on your own.
I did it. Thank you. Yeah, I took a shot. It's another one of those situations. I probably wouldn't take him this early in your traditional leagues, your redraft leagues, but Scott Fishbowl, I want to take some shots. Mark, are you from North Carolina? I know Brad is not because he's in the future, but he's a Panthers fan. Brock Purdy, getting Purdy that late is pretty good.
Didn't know you were going to say that.
Yeah, I figured, with the whole theme we got going on, might as well.
There's a player that I really want, and I hope they make it to me. We shall see if it happens. Oof. Close, but no.
Dame, you really, I'm loving your team. Addison is a guy that I'm getting everywhere I possibly can.
Oh!
There it is, Joey.
Yep, I'm going to pause the draft and we're going to spin the wheel.
All right.
Actually, I knew who I'm going to pick, but Victor, we're pulling.
Is it too early though? Is it too early?
No. Is it too early to draft him? Absolutely not. I think he's a RB2, a flex. But
no, I love some Samaje Perine as well. That was the player that I DM'd Joey.
Yes,
for the
it was
spot,
the player.
So.
But also, I do love Samaje Perine. And Scamper saying, It wasn't me, Joey. I know, Scampers. It was not you. But we are going to spin this wheel. So let me share the.
Let's make it to the end of the draft. That way, it'll give us
Okay.
a chance to. So you get set up with that. Not in the draft, end of the round.
Okay.
That way, it'll give you a good time to pause, change the clock. We'll spin the wheel. So this is your last few seconds. If you are in here looking for that Scott Fishbowl entry, and you have not given us a dad joke, do it right now.
Sounds good. I do love. So Michael Thomas is the player that I did want to draft. I did not expect P. Ryan to go there. Victor, wonderful pick. And I see why you did it, because you had Javonte. Now you've got that Broncos backfield locked up. And look, what Sean Payton's done with 2 running backs in his history, like over the last 7 years when he was the Saints coach, it's very promising. He does give work to 2 backs per season on the team. So you could actually run both of them out there and get quality production every week. If you think of Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram.
Right, let's go ahead and
maybe like that.
Let's pause this bad boy and give away this Scott Fishbowl.
How do I pause
entry.
the draft? Ooh, there's an option to pause the draft. All right, guys, we're going to give this away. I'm going to pull the wheel up here. Give me 1 second.
Wheel of morality. Turn.
Share screen. There we go. All right. The beautiful wheel is before us.
Ooh, we got, what, 6 in here? All right. The Jason and a J.
Yes. All right. So we've got all the names in here.
Click it.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Who's going to get the spot?
It is going to...
Oh,
Jay got it. I'm in. I made it.
No, other Jay. Jay, do me a favor. If you are still here, hopefully you are. Go to my Twitter in the DMs and shoot me your information. I'll send it over to Scott.
Congratulations.
I don't want you to put it in the chat.
Yeah. And everybody that did not get in, go follow Fantasy Cares on Twitter. Go subscribe to the YouTube. They are giving away spots almost every day. If you're not trying, if you're not in, you're not trying, because they're practically giving the spots away. So
let's get this draft back going. Resume draft. All right.
There we go.
And I am going to bump this down to 30 seconds like I said I was going to.
I love all this love for Jay, because I'm just pretending that everybody's just cheering for me and saying, congratulations, Jay. Because, I don't know if you guys know this, but the guys at FYF really, really just like to blame me for everything and just really berate me. So I could use a little bit of the positivity.
All right. I'll take Dalton Kincaid there. Tight ends are going pretty quick in this draft. Kincaid's probably the last one that I feel really great about from that tier of tight ends. Pickens would have been my pick if I didn't take Kincaid, so that's a great pick there, Victor.
Yeah, absolutely. We got everybody in here cheering for Jay. Said, let's go. Congrats, Jay.
Dane, and Jay was one of our 2 contestants earlier today. I believe,
really?
Yeah, I think it was him and Victor. And Victor
there
won,
we
so
go.
I'm glad to see him.
That's awesome.
Tuned into 2 shows today for us. So,
and Green Screens, Eric said, that's his dude. Tim said, hey, Jay. So I don't know if Tim's talking to, yeah. Why don't you go ahead and drop his phone number in here, and actually his address, mother's maiden name.
Number.
Right. All that good information. Ooh, I'm almost up. Dame, I love you, but would you please stop taking my guys?
Eli Moore. I heard somebody call him Eli Moore this week, and I'm going to roll with that. I thought that was real sharp.
Okay. Hi, Tim. Thank you.
I still think we should bring Tim up so we can all see his root beer belly.
Tim, if you hit us up if you want to join.
It's all right.
I am tilting hard.
Are you?
I wanted Marty and Dame took the 2 that I had in my queue. How much time do I got left?
It's always tough.
10 seconds. Panic pick time.
Oh, I love panic picking. It's the most effective way to run your teams, to be honest, is panic picking. Isn't it nice, Jay, that we've made it this far in the show? I haven't harassed anyone this week.
Yeah, that is actually really good. Yeah, very much.
You know who didn't think that was funny last week was my wife. I showed her the clip, and everybody else was like, "Joey, that's hysterical." And just like straight face, and I was like,
Well, yeah. I
sorry,
honestly,
honey.
I don't blame her.
Put the kids to bed every night last weekend. What am I gonna do in this next round? Let's look at some teams, Jay. Look, I want you to pick a team out and talk
I
about them.
can't right now because I'm about to
because you're on the
draft.
clock.
But
I pulled a Simon.
as soon as I am done here, I will.
Let me look. I'm gonna look at some of these teams here. We'll eventually kind of look at everyone's team, so we'll just start with Jorge. Jorge's got two fantastic quarterbacks, and then Ritter. Like, listen, I think there's a ton of upside coming with Ritter. If you have all those weapons around you, you're going to find some success. A really solid receiving core. He's stacked up with Davis, Diggs, and Allen, so that's nice. Mike Williams as his wide receiver 3. I think that's about what Mike Williams will be this season for you, is wide receiver 3. You might have a couple wide receiver 2 weeks. And then Waddle is just a superstar. I like your running backs, Jorge, with Aaron Jones. I'm really high on him. I like where you got him. And Rachaad White, being a Buccaneers fan, I got to see him play in person last year for the first time, and he looks fantastic. I'm glad Lenny's out of the way there. And Brian Robinson, I mean, he led the team. I believe he led the Commanders in carries last year. There's a lot of love for Antonio Gibson, but I still think Brian Robinson is going to lead that team in carries.
Yeah, I'm with you on carries. The only thing that, and we've spoken about this before, is the lack of catches. I think he didn't have a single game last year with more than 3 targets. So in PPR formats, obviously not many people play in quote unquote standard anymore, but half PPR, it's not quite as bad. But in PPR leagues, that's what's shying me away from Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
And Tim said, Jay, you are the reason for sunshine days, you delightful person. But that changed real quick. He said, never mind, you took A-Chain, you're dead to me. Yeah, I got to go with that upside.
Am I on the clock? Not yet.
Brad, thanks for hanging out with us. Keep trying. You will get it. You're going to get in. I feel it, Brad. You're a good dude. Just keep trying. Plenty of other contests out there. Like I said, make sure you're following Fantasy Cares on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, I could give another one away.
Excuse me.
Just kidding.
I mean.
Oh, man. What am I going to do here? What am I going to do?
That's a little better. I zoomed in just a little more.
Here. I know I've got Bijan, but I still think Tyler Algier is going to get at least 150 carries this season, which isn't a whole lot, but it might be flex production. I just can't imagine Atlanta is going to completely just throw everything at Bijan in his first year. And
I do.
what Algier showed us last year, I think he still has a lot of production. And listen, I mean, Atlanta gave the most touches to their running backs of any team in the NFL last year. So Algier is still going to have some work.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I don't know how long you've been playing Joey, but to me, Tyler Algier is the Chester Taylor to Bijan Robinson's Adrian Peterson. I don't know if you remember, Chester Taylor had some pretty decent seasons. I know he had at least one over 1,000 yards. Then they drafted that dude named Adrian Peterson and just gave him all the work. And he was a monster. So here, when guys like Jerick McKinnon, Eli Mitchell, Rashad Penny are going, I get it. But personally, I don't think I'll be taking any Algier.
I feel like there's a side bet here.
Ooh, all right. I'm down.
I do, because we need to figure out a number for Algier.
Okay.
Injuries, because if an injury happens with Bijan, like, it's off the board. But let's figure out where the line is for Algier.
Okay, so first off, what's the bet?
Let me.
Think about
Tannehill.
You know what?
That was it. I don't think there's any other server quarterbacks.
Throw us some ideas for a good bet for Joey and I, a Tyler Algier bet. You did it.
Ladarius called it. There's nobody else to take.
Ladarius did say he was going to be your second quarterback, so at least it's not that bad. But yeah, chat, give us some ideas for what bet Joey and I can have for Tyler Algier's finish.
I want you to pick a player, and that'll be your player, and I'll have Tyler Algier. And it has to be someone that's drafted before him.
Okay.
And I'll agree to the player.
Yeah. Bijan Robinson.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. AJ Dillon too high? You know what? You know what?
yeah.
Let's do A-Chain, since I drafted him that round before him.
Okay. All right. And I like A-Chain a lot, but
You get, is that not that too far? That's too far. No.
maybe we need to look at fantasy points.
Yeah,
Maybe
let's
we
not
look
do
at fantasy.
player. Let's not do player
Okay.
because let's do we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. But I do think we're gonna have a side bet on this because I do think
we'll
Algier can be
definitely.
serviceable this season. You got Tank Bisbee going there.
Oh shoot, I gotta go.
You're on the clock. You took
Yeah.
Scamper took Trey Lance. I did notice that somebody took Brock Purdy from Scampers, and I chuckled to myself because Scampers is a scampy cat that likes to snipe people.
Hmm.
All right, so we broke down Jorge's team. Let's look at Scampers. Scampers has every quarterback in the league on his team at this point. Now he's got Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and I kind of understand why he took Jordan Love after Aaron Rodgers. There's a little bit of, question marks around Rodgers with the Jets. I think he's going to be fine, but get Jordan Love there. Scampers is never really going to have to worry about quarterback at all this year in Scott Fishbowl. Taking the 2 tight ends to stack those up gets that tight end premium, a little bit of an advantage there. And let's see what his running backs look like. So he's got Kenneth Walker, James Cook, I almost forgot his first name, and Khalil Herbert. So he's going to need them to hit, but I think his wide receivers look great. He's got Pittman, Marquise Brown. He's going to lead the Cardinals in targets. Quentin Johnston. And, as far as Kansas City goes, I think if you want their best receiver, it's going to be Travis Kelce, who's a tight end. Outside of that, I think it's going to be spread around. So getting Sky Moore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds after Kadarius Toney. I like that pick a lot. So I like your team, Scampers.
So we've got some options in here. Eric said, Green Screens Media said, loser has to rhyme for an entire live stream. I kind of like that one. Tim said a hot coal walk. Yeah, I don't think that one.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, this is just like a Wednesday night. Eat a whole rotisserie chicken. Like that's not a punishment. That's
no, while it's on the spit.
Yeah. On stream.
Yeah. All right, it's coming back to me. Ooh, Laporta. I'm getting sniped left and right in this draft.
Connor said, I'm afraid for the calendar. His days are numbered.
We already had our oh,
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Sorry.
I know. Hold on, Joey. Did you see who's in the chat?
No.
Mrs. Scampers is here. Mrs. Scampers, I'm sorry, it's a little too late. Next week, though, just DM Joey, and maybe he might be able to get you in the mock.
I don't want to reveal too much, but Mrs. Scampers is in my DMs a lot more than you would think. So, Mr. Scampers, I just need to be honest with you. I took you sniping me so much last week, pretty personally, and I started making some moves. So,
Tim said, stub your toe on camera, shave an eyebrow off.
Oh, I can't do that. No.
Auto draft Scott Fishbowl. That's a good one, but I can't do it.
No. Oof. Okay, Scampers, eat 3 limes.
I'm good. I like it.
Simon ate 1 lemon, and it was
3 might be a lot. Is that peel and everything? Oh, Bob's got it.
I can't do it. Simon had a lot of eagle scream today that was insane.
My son's in the room beside me. I want to do it, but I don't want to wake him up. But
no, we shouldn't be waking the children up.
Ah!
Oh, wow. I was not expecting that, and I just shit my pants. Wow. Oh, my God. Oh, geez, Jay.
Yep, and my son's up. No, I'm just playing. Hopefully not. But.
All right. Is there any running backs that I like? No. Jay, break down Marty's team for us.
Marty, no, I don't want to because that SOB sniped me like 6 times. No. Went with the Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins stack. Can't argue with that. Stole your boy Anthony Richardson, who, I think he's going to has the potential to be a top 10 quarterback, especially in this format in his rookie year. Devonta Smith, Amari Cooper, Debo. Excuse me. I don't necessarily like the Debo and Ayuk back-to-back picks. 1, because I wanted Ayuk, but 2, I feel like you limit your upside a little bit, even though that is, one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL. have a hard time drafting 2 wide receivers from the same team. Running back gets a little shady. Sorry, Marty. You know I love you. I'm not in on Alexander Madison. I think he's going to be that guy like the Lamar Miller going to Houston. I think Simon made that comp, and I think it makes a lot of sense that everybody is just so hyped for. I think he'll be okay, but he's not going to be this RB1 that everybody expects him to be. I wouldn't be surprised to see Zeke or Leonard Fournette wind up there. There's even rumors that Cook could wind up back there. So I love the third QB with Purdy. I am a big A.J. Dillon guy. I think he's a perfect post-type sleeper. And I like the shots he's taken later in the draft with Everett Smith and Nico.
Awesome. Dame's on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and break Dame's team down a little bit and see what she's got going so far.
Break it down.
Nice reference. We need to have our 60 seconds of pro wrestling.
We
talk
do have to have our
Dame's
60
team. There's a big weekend coming up. So Dame does Dame have my 2 favorite quarterbacks of any team? I'll just go ahead and say yes, because Jorge with Allen and Jones. Yeah, I do like that better. So my second favorite duo of quarterbacks. And then A.J. Brown and Amon St. Brown. And earlier today, I was like, I'm worried. I want to start with 2 running backs. Dame's like, I ain't worried, because she went and grabbed Jahmyr Gibbs, Travis Etienne, and Cam Akers. 3 fantastic running backs there. And I was kind of dogging on Cam Akers a little bit. And he had an incredible season, finish of the season last year. So I do like that pick. And then Jordan Addison takes the 2 rookies, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think Addison, they'll probably have the better season out of those 2 year 1. So it's not dynasty, so it doesn't matter going forth, but I think JSN will have a good second part of the season. Charbonnet, I think we're going to see what we get. I'm wondering if he's just going to be kind of reduced to goal line carries, or if it's just him and Kenneth Walker just eat into each other. But you got him in the 10th round, so I'm not going to complain about that.
Phrasing, Joey. Phrasing.
What did I say this week?
You said they're going to eat into each other.
That's not that bad. And then Juwan Johnson and Sam Laporta. I like that duo of tight ends. Maybe instead of, you know what? Who did she get? Yeah, there's nobody I would have taken there instead of Rashad Penny. So I think you got the 2 best tight ends at that point. Yeah, Dean, I like your team.
All right. And apparently people were fans of the Eagle Scream. Scamp said it was pretty good. I got the okay from Mr. Bob Harris.
And that's all
Mrs.
that matters,
Scampers
honestly.
says, Eagles eat cats. You should not invite them in here.
I was making the tour this evening of different Scott Fishbowl live group chats and just giving motivational speeches because I had nothing better to do. I was putting my kids to bed because they were going to sleep and I was sitting in a dark room. And I went in the Dallas live chat and I gave a little speech in there for the Dallas crowd. After everyone was so rude to me with my Dallas Cowboy shirt today that I just happened to put on. And I left too soon. And Bob had given me an Eagle Scream.
Oh,
he was nice
man.
enough to send me a message and tell me.
Well, I agree with everybody giving you all that hate because you deserve it. Wearing that filth.
It was my dead uncle's shirt that he left me when he died.
That is not
I wore
true.
it today in his honor. It's 100% true.
Not true.
100% true.
Not true.
100% true.
Tim's still giving us ideas. Shotgun a can of Cheese Whiz. Is that actually true?
I'd do that. I might do that tonight.
Again, Tim, you're giving us ideas that we like. That's the problem.
Yes.
Craig hit us with that. Like you guys are genuine Bills and not 2 counterfeit Bucks.
Craig, we've already given the spot.
No, well, that's a good segue into this weekend, Joey. What are you most excited for this weekend with Forbidden Door?
Daniel Bryan and Kazuchika Okada.
I think I asked you this question last week.
So I was watching Dynamite on Wednesday, and when I heard that coin drop from Okada, I had chills for the first time in a long time, just watching those 2 stare each other down. It's a match I never thought I would see with Bryan Danielson when he was over in WWE. I just never thought I would see it because WWE doesn't like to loan their talent out. With Forbidden Door, I get to see Okada versus Daniel Bryan, and I'm super pumped. I cannot wait for that match.
Ooh.
What are you excited for, Jay? Love that John Mechie pick.
Let me think. I honestly, I'm just excited for the whole thing. Hoping I get to watch it because I'm going to be at the beach with my family. I'm bring my laptop. I'll probably have to throw on some headphones and ignore my family for a few hours. If I had to pick, let me think. I'm drawing a blank on the card.
I'm looking forward to the aftermath of Ospreay and Kenny Omega when
Yes, yeah.
Kota Ibushi comes out.
Actually, you know what? That's probably it. The Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, because I didn't get to watch. I know you woke up and watched the
3
first
o'clock in the
one
morning.
live. I was not able to do that, but to be able to see those guys go at it live is something that I'm excited for. Ooh,
Yeah, I think it's a good card.
Bob hit us with a 37% true. Joey, you going over or under on 37?
Under.
I'm queen being it. I think Bob hit it right on the
Bob's
nail on the head.
pretty good about that.
Yep, that is true.
Wait, 37 in a row? Oh, somebody got that reference. I dropped it earlier today too. Right.
Did you?
I like Josh Downs. Yeah,
I like that pick as well. It would have been nice if you could have stacked him with Anthony Richardson. Dame said you should have to sing a song from Wicked on live stream.
Which song would you like to hear? I'll do it right now for you.
I don't know any songs on
Wicked.
Beautiful, Joe. Hold on. We got to go. Oh, not me. Let's go.
Oh, do you really want me to sing? Oh, Jay, don't put me on the spot. I'm not here. Take me off screen. Take me off
All right,
screen.
I'm trying.
I forgot the first parts of For Good.
I don't know any of it, so.
I've heard it said that people will come into our lives for a reason. I could keep going, but I won't.
You're going to make me tear up.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. You sound like a mix of Fergie and Jesus.
Dame, because I knew you, I've been changed for good. And that's true.
I guess that's some. Oh, I'm about on the clock. Is that from I'm not a theater person, so I've not seen Wicked yet. Joey, are you going when we go to New York?
I am. My friend Travis is in Wicked right now, and I told him I'll come see him. But then I saw that Josh Groban's and Sweeney Todd, and I was like, how much does our friendship mean to you? Because I would like to see Josh Groban and Sweeney Todd. So I'll probably be seeing either Sweeney Todd or Wicked the Friday night that I'm in New York. So it's been a while since I was back in the Big Apple to see a show. I used to go up once a year and see a show. So
we need to get a real New York slice at Sbarro's.
Jay, get off the stream. Like, oh God, you don't have to get off the stream. I was just kidding.
I mean, I will. I'll let you handle it by yourself.
Who's the next team we're gonna break down? We broke down Dame. We're gonna break down Joey real quick.
Let's go Tim. Go with Tim's team. Did we do Tim's team yet? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
never mind. And
that way we don't lose track.
Joey, stop talking to me. You're making me panic.
All right, Joey. So he's got Joe Burrow and CJ Stroud. So I honestly don't mind that combo. Joe Burrow, it's pretty safe quarterback in this format. And then CJ Stroud, listen, we mentioned that we're not really sure whose weapons we like more, whether Carolina or Houston. Could very well be Houston. And he might have got the quarterback pick of the draft there. As far as running backs go, if Mixon plays and kind of avoids whatever off-field stuff, we don't like to really go into off-field stuff here at FYF. That's a great pick in the 6th round. Miles Sanders, actually, I love that pick. Locked up with Carolina this year. He's going to be their lead running back. Joey sniped me big time on Damian Harris. I love that pick of Damian Harris in the 12th round. I think that's the Buffalo Bills running back to own or to manage this season. He's going to be the goal line back. We're only a season removed from when he ran 10 touchdowns inside the 10-yard line with the Patriots.
Do you want to make the player Damian Harris? Because I almost went with that for the bet.
Oh, absolutely not. I think Damian Harris is going to crush Tyler Rozier.
Okay.
Yeah.
I keep throwing you names, Joe. It's like
I know. Maybe I'm not as confident as I thought I was.
We'll find a spot. We don't have to do it right now on stream, but we'll find a spot that we're comfortable in. I like Dame's idea. But just a little twist. Just you have to sing, what do you want to say, 20 seconds of the song of the winner's choosing? Is 20 seconds too long?
Okay. I think 20. Oh, I went into auto. Can I?
Yeah,
that's fine. I'll stick with Izzy. I was talking.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not that concerned about.
Sorry about that. I gotta say, I love this is a guy that I'm getting in a lot of places, especially in dynasty leagues. Vic's pick of Puka Nacua. I think he could get production from day one. You know, they've lost a lot of people. Allen Robinson's out the door. They traded Robert Woods last year. Cooper Kupp, is obviously going to be number 1, number 2, and probably the number 3 option. But Nacua's game really works well in this system, and I could see him especially in PPR leagues, really having some value.
Nice. You want to go ahead and break down the rest of his team before you have to pick?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And Mork said 20 seconds of milkshake. You want to go with that one?
20 seconds of my milkshake. I think, are you, oh, yeah, we can do that.
All right.
That milkshake.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. That's fine.
Yep. I like it. Great
We'll find
suggestion.
a line for Tyler Algier and
take off your take off auto because you're an auto pick if you don't.
Got it.
All right. So Victor's team went with Lamar Jackson at 1-7, the guy who could wind up as the QB1 overall. Saquon, Ramondre Stevenson, absolutely love both of those picks. I don't know about you, Joey. I'm in on the Russell Wilson bounce back. I think he's going to have a good season. He looks incredible. He's in amazing shape. Cringe, yes. Is he a good quarterback? Yes. And I think he's going to bounce back in a big way. What do you think about Wilson?
Love him. I felt like I just kept getting sniped on. Like, I would have taken Wilson over Kittle. I just kept getting these quarterbacks kept getting pulled away from me. I like the role for Wilson. I think Peyton can get through to him.
You're on the clock, just so you know. I will. Yep.
I was waiting for that.
I'll hop back on. Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore, Drake London, tons of upside there. I like the Njoku pick. Got the backfield locked up for Denver as well. We talk about liking all these stacks. I like that one, especially with the running backs with Russell Wilson, because like you said, in the Sean Payton offense, they should definitely be getting some work. Some more upside with George Pickens, Rashad Bateman. I really, really like the Jaylen Warren pick. The way that he looked at the end of last season, he's going to be involved. I still like Najee Harris, but Warren is going to be involved in this offense. Told you I love the Puka pick. Puka pick. That sounds like a team name somewhere. And I'm on the clock, Joey. So pick a team and let's talk about them.
All right. So we made our way through. I'm going to skip myself. Let's talk about Chu's team. So we talked about it a little bit earlier that he took Justin Herbert and was kind of waiting to see where his next quarterback would go. And he went with Kenny Pickett. And I don't hate that. What's wonderful about Scott Fishbowl is there's so many unique builds that you kind of can find a reason to kind of like every team. If you've got people that know what they're doing, which we have a full draft for that tonight. Kenny Pickett, he's got some great weapons around him. He could definitely succeed this season. Choose leaning into that tight end premium with Freiermuth and Waller. I love that Freiermuth pick in the 8th round. Running backs, Chubb and Harris, love those. I mean, Nick Chubb is really great in this format with getting the extra points for the first downs. DeAndre Swift, we'll see how that works out in Philadelphia. I'm a little shaky on that pick. As far as your receivers, Chase, McLaurin, Jacoby Myers, Gallup, Isaiah Hodgins, that pick right there could be one of the best late round picks if he ends up leading the Giants in targets. Got one of the best kickers for you have to roster one. Might as well get one of the best. And then earlier somebody said don't sleep on Noah Fant, and Chu is not sleeping on him. In fact, he is putting him at the bottom of his team.
Yeah, I'm with you. And the Giants, when it comes to the wide receivers, is one of those teams, kind of like the Chiefs. Honestly, for me, kind of like the Packers, where I'm going to take a shot on some of the guys who are going late. I really don't want to be the first one to take a wide receiver from any of those teams. A little different with Christian Watson versus the other teams, but we just don't know. And, you hear everybody talking about the ambiguous backfields and take your shots on those. These offenses have ambiguous wide receiver rooms. We don't know who's going to emerge. Got Paris Campbell. You've got, I think Darren Waller is going to lead this team in targets, but there's tons of other guys. Sterling Shepard is coming back. Hopefully he can stay healthy. There's a lot of opportunity. And you take your shots. That's what the late rounds are for. That's why it's like a guy like Greg Dortch, the human Dortch, because there's, Hollywood, as much as I love him, he's a guy that I do worry about health-wise because he's had recurring foot issues. It's not these, freak injuries back-to-back like we saw with Saquon twisting his ankle.
Dame, bad idea. Candidly act out a Vanderpump Rules scene of the opponent's choosing. Dame, I don't know if you have seen John Hamm and now, who's the guy from Breaking Bad? Why am I forgetting his name? He was in Asteroid City. The main guy. Why am I forgetting his
Bryan
name?
Cranston?
Bryan Cranston. Both John Hamm and Bryan Cranston have done the Bravo Playhouse. and they've done scenes from Vanderpump Rules, and it's been hysterical, especially the John Hamm one, because John Hamm watches. Just the way he delivered the lines. It's really good stuff.
I've not seen Vanderpump Rules in it, but it really does sound like it's a show that my wife would watch.
It's I do not like reality TV. I mean, I watch pro wrestling. That's my reality TV. It's Vanderpump Rules. This season was really good. I'll have to say.
I feel like I don't know if you mentioned this earlier. I definitely believe Mr. Scampers took Alec Pierce just for this joke, and that's why I respect you so damn much. Alex Pierce in the 18th round? Are you kidding? Yep, definitely not Alec Pierce, but Alex.
Earlier, I said there was a pro wrestler by the name of Alex Pierce. It's Adam Pierce. That's what I was thinking of. Dame. Yes, Brian is awesome. He cracks up with emotion. Need to see Hams. Yeah, John Hamm's like Cranston's is good, but Hams is like it's beautiful.
He's so funny, John Hamm, and especially when he was on 30 Rock.
Yeah,
it's some good stuff.
I think my favorite. I feel like John Hamm's probably a nice guy. Maybe I'm wrong in that. He's really good playing a dirtbag.
Yeah,
and Bridesmaids, John Hamm's like that might be my favorite thing I've seen John Hamm do. Yeah, let's go Young Hoku. I just said lots of words I'm not allowed to normally say.
I will not be drafting a kicker. I know I will have to start one, but said this time and time again. What are you laughing at?
Your hatred of kickers, like Sealy, like Jake Sealy does not like kickers. You have taken it, like I think, a level beyond Jake, which is admirable.
Because I'm friends with Jake. I've been a fan of his work for a long time. People think that's why I'm anti-kicker. I've been anti-kicker for a long time. If you guys remember, I can't remember his name. Rob Baronis, is that a kicker? The Titans kicker? The Titans kicker that hit like 7 field goals in a game and had like 30-something points. That's when I was like, we got to stop using kickers because it's so random. And for a kicker to get that many points, I'm not even going to go into it. I think it was Rob Baronis. Scampers, I am sick and tired of you. I take back everything I said about you because you keep sniping me. I wanted Marvin Jones so I could pair him with Jameson Williams and use him while Jameson Williams was out. But we are coming up on the last round. And what I was going to say before you started laughing, Joey, was reason I'm not going to take a kicker, especially in sleeper leagues, is you can only start one kicker in sleeper leagues. There's not that much difference in kicker. I know everybody wants the Justin Tuckers and the Young Hokus, but year to year kicker is so hard, and even more so than the other positions, to see who's going to be at the top. It changes so much. I would rather take a shot on, oh, shoot. Oh, I'm not doing it. I got to back out. I can't do it.
I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Back me out, please. Don't.
There you go.
Thank you. Sorry. Let me pick somebody quick. Shout out Herms.
Is Herms back in on him?
Herms,
or is it just eternally?
No, Rojo for Herms is Visca for me. He's just never going to give up on him. What I was saying, long story short, I'm not going to take the limited ceiling of a kicker when I could take some shots on, Pierre Strong, who is one injury away. What are you laughing at?
Aiden O'Connell. Victor was watching the show today.
That's right. I like it. Victor watches every day because he's the man. He's the Berchacho. I like the Sam Darnold pick.
Thank you. Adam Schefter does too.
Scamper said I rickrolled myself. That is true. I definitely just did that. Yeah, Greg the leg. Joey, I do. I like that pick a lot. I think he could wind up.
Thank you.
We expect Brock Purdy to be able to be back, but we don't know. And I'm finally starting to waver a little bit on Trey Lance. I can't remember who. I think it might have been Dave Kluge who said it. And I think it might have even been today when talking about Trey Lance that, we've only seen him start a couple games, but this front office, this coaching staff has seen him practice for almost 3 years now. And if
Mhm.
they're not 100% sold on him, that's a little scary. So I believe it was Dave that tweeted that out. It makes a lot of sense too.
All right, so we're heading to the last pick. Eric's got the last pick, and he autoed his only pick. He took Tucker. That's good. All right, so Jay, look through these teams real quick. Pick out your favorite.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do the same.
The guy G-Man J, he dropped. No, let me take a look. Joey, the other Joey was looking good early. Let's see how he finished. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Joey Sam. Yeah, the quarterbacks, you got Joe Burrow, who's a handful of guys that could finish as the QB1 on the season. Running backs, I mean, Austin Eckler, but his first 3 picks are guys that could finish as the top option at their position with Burrow, Eckler, and Wilson. Locked up a bunch of great wide receivers with Higgins and Olave. Great value on Mixon in the 6th round. Miles Sanders is another guy that I'm a huge fan of. And, him reuniting with Deuce Staley in Carolina is nothing but good for his chances of getting all the volume. CJ Stroud's fine as a QB2. Your boy, Chig Okonkwo, who I'm not sold on as most, but I mean, to get him in the 9th round in a tight end premium league, took a couple of shots with Mayer and with Komet. I love the way this team is built, even though I am not a fan of kickers. If I was ever going to take a kicker, Justin Tucker would be that guy. Ertz again, there's some rumors that he's going to be cut, but I think that's only good for his situation from a fantasy perspective. If he gets cut, I know he's got a banged up knee, but Arizona's going to be an offensive wasteland this year. So put him on a team, a contender that can use him. And people aren't talking about it, but Bobby Trees in Houston, he could be the security blanket for CJ Stroud. So top to bottom, got plenty of upside, got some, those early picks you want, the upside's limited, but you don't want to miss on those picks. And I feel like he really took advantage of that.
I'm going to go with Victor, believe it or not. I like his quarterback duo a lot. The more I look at it, the more I'm just kind of falling in love with it. And then Saquon Barkley and Ramondre Stevenson, outside of, and I'm not just talking about myself, but outside of me, he has the best running back duo. And then I love the wide receivers he has. The only pick that I was a little shaky on was David Njoku, because I'm not super high on him with Cleveland, just the way Deshaun Watson's not really utilized as tight ends. But then he goes and he takes Jelani Woods, who I am very high on as a late round pick. So, and with P. Ryan, everybody knows I love Samaje P. Ryan, pairing him with Javonte, and then getting Pickens and Bateman in the 11th and 12th. Like Victor, he had a lot of value fall to him. Looks really great. Love the
Puka pick is one of my favorite picks of this entire draft. Is there anybody that
Coop Thornton? Coop loves Thornton.
Oh, I did not know that. I was just saying, is there anybody that we didn't touch on? I know we talked Jorge, we talked Scampers, Marty, Dame. Did we talk about Rachel's team?
Chew was the last one I broke down, so we have 3 others we didn't. Let's hit those real quick.
And the last 3,
we'll get out of here.
Yeah. We'll hit these quick. All right, so Rachel went Christian McCaffrey, Tony Pollard. That is a heck of a 1-2 combo. Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. So she went with the Dallas stack, which I know you're not a fan of their offense this year, but I still am, honestly. I don't think Dak is going to be pushing for that top 5 like he has in previous seasons, but I think he's going to do just enough to still be that back end QB1. CeeDee Lamb for me is still one of those guys who's in the top 5 to 6 wide receivers. The Sam Howell, the QB2 is really going to be the place that decides how far her team would go here. If Sam Howell is able to step in and be serviceable until Kyler Murray comes back, got some great value with Godwin and Dotson at wide receiver. Let's take a look. Zeke Elliott late, Kenneth Gainwell, who's only an injury away from, getting in a position to get tons of volume. Other than the kickers, I like the late round stabs, the Michael Wilson pick. I really, really like the way she's built her team. There's some questions with QB2, but everything else is everything else with her team looks really good.
Excellent. As far as Eric, Lawrence and Stafford, a lot of upside with Lawrence, and then just safety with Stafford as quarterback. And then, hey, Mac Jones. So now you're going to have 2 quarterbacks to start every week. I like that a lot, Eric. Cooper Kupp as the second wide receiver. I actually love that pick because Cooper Kupp is my second wide receiver as well. Derrick Henry and the beautiful, beautiful Dameon Pierce. Great running back duo there. Jerry Jeudy, Deontay Johnson. I like that you took Deontay Johnson, and I think George Pickens went later, quite a bit later. I think Johnson should be going ahead of Pickens. I don't think we're at the point where Pickens should be going ahead of Johnson. Kadarius Toney, like that pick. Dulcich. Yeah, your team looks really good, Eric.
Yeah, honestly, I'm Deontay Johnson's a guy that I expect to get a lot of as well. I would have taken him before Jeudy, Hopkins, probably Godwin, before Watson, before London, and that's probably my. Nah, I'd probably still take London ahead. So, but I think he got some value there. I think he's going to step back in. He's got some positive touchdown regression coming. And then, did we talk about Tim's team?
No. So you want to break Tim's down real quick?
Yeah, of course. No, let's not. Let's just ignore Tim's team. No, absolutely not. We love Tim. I mean, that stack, Tua and Hill, that's one of the premier stacks in the entire league. Got Jonathan Taylor, who I think is going to bounce back. I think getting him that late is absurd. Devontae Adams, who I don't care who the quarterback is. He still had a productive season with Derek Carr, who was not the Derek Carr that we like to see last year. So I think he's going to be just fine. Dalvin Cook. What do you feel about Dalvin Cook? He's really a guy that I'm out on. Just the way that he's. I know I said I don't like to worry about injuries, but it's the same injury. His shoulder keeps separating. He's on the back end of his career. If he wants Miami,
see him on a team.
Yeah,
and I need to see him on a team.
It's just a little scary. I love the Hopkins pick though. He's going to wind up somewhere. Evans and Schultz got Jimmy G. Got the potential stack with Adams if Jimmy G is able to stay healthy.
Looks good, Tim. Looks good.
Yeah, getting Hunter Renfrow in the 16th round. He's another guy that people are forgetting about, and then taking that shot on Justin Ross. I love the team. I think everybody, honestly, I don't see a team that I don't like, and that's hard to say for mock drafts. They're usually one or two.
That's what's cool about Scott Fishbowl is like you can really find something you love in every. I'm not too crazy about my team. I did wait a little too long to take my second quarterback, but if Bryce Young pans out, I mean, I've got a lot of depth everywhere. So, yeah, I like it.
Well, we will be tweeting this out in the morning. Give us your takes on everybody's team. Tell us who's your favorite picks, all that fun stuff. We've got some friends in the chat. Said, Dame, love you, friends. Enjoy your beautiful weekends. We love you, too. Appreciate you as always. Victor, awesome mock. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Joey, loving the love. You're welcome. You earned it, my friend. Tim said his team slaps. And I don't know what I said.
Did he take Tyreek Hill?
Yes, he did take Tyreek Hill. What did I say that Mr. Scamper said well said? What do you think it was? I picked that up. It took a little bit.
It took a minute?
Yeah, it took a little bit. Dame said he had keep shoulder attached surgery this offseason.
Is that what the official name of the surgery is called, Dame?
Yep.
Is keep shoulder attached surgery. Oh boy. This is a fun draft tonight. Join us next week when I have a mystery guest with me.
I will not be here.
Maybe in studio. I don't know.
Ooh.
I do know who it is, though.
Be at the Outer Banks with my family, so I will not be here. I will miss you all, but I will be back the week after with my mystery guest, which I don't even know who that is yet. So, as always, we appreciate you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. We will be doing some more mock drafts next week. As always, make sure you check out Bob. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you for watching us.
Can you give Bob an eagle scream? You want to do it together? You okay?
My eagle died in the air, Bob. So much for my safe word.
He got shot.
I can do Muppets. I can't do the I can't do the eagle scream. Caw-caw! That's like a seagull. Oh, I'm bad. Okay, I need to go to bed. What's going on?
Thank you all for hanging out with us. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will be back on Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern with the Fantasy Football Game Show. If I could find the outro.
There it is.
See you on another time. Ah! That was like a tired eagle.
Yeah, that was